first couple is Barbara and Rob Mutchnick. Rob is second vice president on the third board. He's also first vice president and director of entertainment in the Chicago Club. Barb attends Chicago Club concerts along with others at the PAC. She takes PC classes, emeritus classes, and knitting and crochet classes. She's in a weekly yoga class, and she's also in weekly games of canasta, mahjong, and rummy cube. And also, she's in the astronomy club, but don't worry, I'm not going to be asking any sun or moon questions. When I asked Barb and Rob to come on the show, I completely forgot that they have December birthdays also. So happy December birthday to both of you.
Thank you.
Same to you.
Thank you, Sagittarius.
I'm really glad you guys could come on. Thank you so much. I always ask 3 questions of every couple that comes on, so let's get started. Our first question is, where are you from?
I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I grew up there.
Okay, and when did you come to California?
Well, I was in California. That was probably in the mid-'70s, and I was there for about 20-some years and moved back to Pittsburgh.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, and you, Rob, where are you from?
I grew up in New York City. I spent the first 21 years of my life there. And
Which borough?
Well, the Bronx and Queens.
Okay.
And then from there went to graduate school and moved around the country with teaching jobs at different universities.
And how did you wind up in California?
Well, we wound up in California because Barb's mom had lived here for 30-some-odd years in the village, in Laguna Woods Village. She was 95 years old at the time when we came out here, and we specifically came out here so Barb could spend time with her mom and be support for her mom.
Nice.
And it was the most fortunate thing that happened.
Nice, so that makes you a second-generation Laguna Woodsian.
Yes, yes. My parents lived here and loved it.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah.
Okay, second question is, how long have you been a couple?
We've been a couple since about January of 2021. That was when we first
2021?
met. I'm sorry, 2001.
2001.
2001. That was when we first got together.
Nice. And how long have you been in Laguna Woods?
We moved here in June of 2019 to be near my mom, and we live within walking distance, and thank goodness we moved to be near her.
So that means you've been here for 5 years.
Five and a half years.
That makes you second generation.
Yeah, right.
Okay, let's get started.
Okay.
How'd you meet?
Well, I was living in California at the time, and I was going to move back to Pittsburgh. And I was not married at the time. And so I was, people in those days, you did online dating sites. So I was looking for somebody who would live near, or in Pittsburgh, and somebody who was a real family man.
And you were, at that moment, living in California.
Yes, I was.
But you were looking for somebody in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, because that's where I was going to move.
All right.
And so I contacted Rob through this dating site, and we started, I guess, chatting back and forth.
You're in California, and he's in
The Pittsburgh area.
Yes.
Pittsburgh area. Okay.
And then we started talking to each other, and we would spend hours on the phone. And before we even met, I felt like we were best friends. It just...
How long did this go on?
Well, we finally met in the spring of 2001.
Okay. So I'm sorry, that was within a year.
Yeah,
within the year. Yeah.
About 5-6 months, we
Okay.
actually met face to face.
We met, yes.
In Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And then we've been together since then.
So okay, so you went out on a date, the first,
Yeah,
Okay.
first time we
Right.
met.
right.
We actually went to a wedding.
You went to a wedding?
We went to the wedding of a friend.
Yeah.
And
your friend,
that
yeah.
was our first real social interaction
Yeah.
outside of meeting.
Okay, all right. So but you had already met?
Right.
We had met, yes.
You had met. And how soon after that did you go to the wedding?
Oh, it was that same week that she flew into
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. She flew to Pittsburgh looking for housing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's when we met face to face.
Okay.
But we knew each other so well from the phone.
Okay, so then you finally met each other and you still were happy to get together again.
Yes, yes.
Well,
So he says.
Okay, so after the wedding, how soon did you get together again?
Oh, I flew back out to LA
Yeah.
and I helped her pack. And then,
So you really got started immediately.
well, we'd already been
Yeah.
interacting for about 6 months at that point.
Yeah.
And then I flew back out to LA a second time and we drove cross country to Pittsburgh
It was a
together.
wonderful trip.
Oh, was it?
Oh, yes.
Well, we did all national parks. So we did Grand Canyon, Bryce, Zion, Yellowstone.
Okay.
A lot of sightseeing.
So we did all that.
It's not that wouldn't have been my cup of tea, but,
We really loved it.
oh, good, good. I'm
We
really
did, yeah.
And you still remained a couple after that long trip.
Yes, we did.
And here we are.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. So how soon after that did you get married?
I held out as long as I could. We were together 9 years and finally got married. Barbara finally said to me, if I'm not good enough to marry, then, goodbye. So I said, okay, we'll get married.
So when
Yeah.
did you get married?
2010.
2010.
Okay.
So 14 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we had been living together, but
Yeah,
2010.
we were living
yeah.
together
Right.
then.
So you have 2 daughters,
I have 2
and
daughters.
you have 2 daughters.
Correct.
Okay. So between all of you, there have been 5 weddings, right?
Correct.
Right, right.
Ours and
yes,
theirs.
yes, right.
Right.
Yeah.
Ours and
Who got
theirs.
married first?
We did.
Okay.
Yeah, we did. And then,
And then the next year, 2 of the daughters got married. Not to each other, but
Right.
2 of the daughters.
yeah,
got
my
married.
oldest daughter, yeah,
And my youngest daughter.
yes.
Okay.
And they've all remained friends.
How nice.
All
So
4 daughters get along.
Yeah.
We-
where are they?
Well, I have one in New York with 2 children, and then I have one in LA with 2 little children.
Oh,
So I
great.
go there almost every weekend. Or-
I babysit for my grandson every Friday, so
Yeah.
that's what we do. And what about you?
My daughters one lives in Carbondale, Illinois. She's on the faculty there at the university. And the second daughter lives in Dayton, Ohio. And she is a mental health professional.
So do you ever all get together at the same time?
We did. In fact, it was last June
May.
or May. We all did a family trip with all the kids and the grandkids. We were in Hilton Head,
Oh, how nice.
South
We
Carolina.
rented an 8-bedroom, 8-bath, oceanfront home, flew everybody in, all 17 of us, and we spent the week at the beach.
Yeah, it wasn't the most quiet week.
I'm
but
sure it wasn't. And how did you hire a cook?
No,
You're looking.
I cooked and we also ordered
Yeah,
in.
we did.
Because I had a house in Hilton Head for 30 some odd years. My kids grew up there. Barbara spent time there.
Yeah, a lot.
We sold it when we came to California, but since we knew all the restaurants and everything, the kids wanted to go
Yeah.
back to all their old favorite haunts.
Your kids grew up in Hilton Head?
Well, not grew up, they spent summers. As a professor, I was off all summer, and I would take them to the beach for the summer.
Okay. So you had a place in Hilton Head and a place in Pittsburgh.
Right.
Right. And we've also done some family trips at Club Med.
The whole family? How
Yeah.
does
Yes.
that work?
They all worked out.
Wonderful. There were so many
I'm
activities.
pumping you because I want to start doing it with my family.
Oh, do it. Do Club Med.
Yeah, we've done it for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
We've gone different places. Once was Cancun, once was Dominican Republic, and Hilton Head. So we've gotten the family, as many who can get together as
Right,
possible.
right.
Right.
But we got all 17 together at Hilton Head.
How nice. How long was it? A week?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
And
a
they
week.
They all stayed for a week?
They all stayed, yes.
How nice.
Uh-huh.
How wonderful that is.
And the kids all played.
And everybody got along.
Yes, they
There were
did.
7 grandchildren, and they all got along. And well, with a house with 8 bedrooms on 3 different
Yeah.
floors,
Oh.
there was enough separation.
Right. And my oldest granddaughter, 10-year-old, she loved taking care of the little ones.
Nice. Nice.
So it was wonderful.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really is. So there have been 5 weddings in a very short period of time. Wow.
Yes.
You should have had a son.
Actually, no, I'm very happy. We're very happy having the daughters. And actually, they all married really good men.
Oh, good men and good fathers.
Oh, nice.
So we're very happy
Yes.
with the current family.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy to
And they're
hear
all
that.
pet owners, too.
Oh, yeah, in addition to you. Do
Yes.
they all have Rottweilers?
No, we're the
No.
only Rottweiler
We're-
family.
What do they have?
One has a cat, one has another dog, I don't know, whatever breeds they are.
Before I had my grandson, I used to have to babysit for the dog. But now they just leave the dog with anybody. But,
Right.
but I do get the grandson, so that's cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's really nice when everybody can get together. My family hasn't had that kind of experience quite yet.
Yeah.
The children are still a little too young, but as I said, I'm pumping you because I want to start.
Well,
as soon as we're done, I'm going to write down all these things.
You know, even with the children who are very young, because we had very, very young ones in Hilton Head, that's why you've got the grandparents there, so the parents can be busy and watch the little ones.
Right. It really is a perfect setup.
Yes.
Yeah, and we'll plan to do it again in the future.
Yes.
The goal is to do it once a year.
Once a year.
All right.
Yeah.
You don't have to go back to work to do that?
Not yet.
I might have to get a second
Yeah,
job.
second job.
Yeah.
Anyway, listen, it was really nice having you guys on. And again, I want to wish you congratulations on becoming second vice president of third. I hear it just happened this week, so congratulations.
Right, thank you.
And I was looking forward to having you on, and here you are. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Well,
Sheryl, thank you. We enjoyed this. Thank you so much.
And happy holidays to you and yours.
And,
Thank you.
I'm glad you had a happy birthday.
Thanks, and you too.
Thank you.
If you'd like to come on to the show, email us at lwvcouples@gmail.com. Include your name, phone number, and email address, and brief description of your story.